Hi, I'm Glo, and welcome to Glo's Kinder Kitchen. Today I have a pickling day here, and I've been making some pickles. They're called freezer pickles, but now I want to do a dill pickle recipe that you put in the refrigerator. They're called refrigerator dill pickles, and they're delicious. I have one that I had put on a few years ago that was a spicy dill pickle recipe. This one is just a regular, dill pickle recipe. But I wanted to share it with you as I was doing it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I did was I wanted to show you these nice little pickles that I got at the farmer's market in Nashville. They're going to be perfect for this. So the main thing when you're doing a recipe like this is you want everything chilled before you put it together. So that's why I'm doing this today, and then tomorrow morning I'll put it all together into the jars. So these are my pickles, and then what I'm doing is I have 3.5 cups of water here, and to that I'm going to be putting an additional cup of white vinegar. So I got to measure just a tad more, and we'll have the 4.5 cups total. Let me measure, look here. Yep, that's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that into my pot. This is super easy, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my burner on high. And to that, I have 1 tablespoon of salt in here. I'm using sea salt. And then I also have 1 tablespoon of sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And the sugar I put in here is that unrefined sugar. You could put all white sugar in it if you wanted. That's what I just had in my sugar bowl. So all I have to do now is bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to let it cool. And I'm going to be putting it in my canning jar here. And I have a small one as well because it's going to take more than a quart. And I'm going to put this in my refrigerator overnight to cool. So I'll be back once this comes to a boil so you can see how everything has dissolved in the pot. And we'll be putting it in the refrigerator to cool right along with our washed cucumbers for tomorrow morning. So I'll be back in probably about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Well, as you can see, this has come to a boil now. So, and the reason you do bring it to the boil is just so everything is dissolved. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to let it cool down. I'm going to be pouring it into my jars here. And once this is cooled, I'm going to be putting this in the refrigerator along with my cucumber pickles. And we're going to let them chill overnight. And then I'll be back with you tomorrow morning, and we're going to go on to the next step. See you then.
Bye-bye.
Well, now it's the next day. I've had my pickles and everything chilling here, along with my brine for the pickles. And I smashed my garlic already. And I was going to show you here. Look at these pickles. Look how nice they are. So I'm going to cut one so you can see how I do it. And if you have one that's too tall for your jar, then you're just going to, make it smaller pickles. But I think this is going to be fine. I might have 1 or 2 in here that might be a little too tall. But I'm going to do these into spears. So what I do is I cut it lengthwise like that, and then I cut it again. Now, if you had a real thick cucumber, then you would cut, additional spears off of it. Like, for example, this one here. Let's check here. So I think we're going to be okay for the height. But this one's fatter. So I'll probably do 3 spears on each side. So I'm going to cut this into thirds. So that's like 1/3, 2 and 3. See how I did that?
Yep.
So it makes it a nice size.
Right.
For when you're going to be eating.
When you're eating it.
Yep. So what I do is I take a smashed clove of garlic and I put it right in there. And then we like to have mustard seeds. And not a lot. About like that. Maybe a little bit more than that. And just put that in there. That's not even 1/16 of a teaspoon. Smidgen. And then just a few of these black peppercorns. Like that's 3. I'll probably do like 4 or 5. There's 4. Let's do one more. So there's actually 6 in there, but that's fine. So that's what you do in each jar. And then I have over here fresh dill. Look how beautiful that is.
Looks nice.
So
Let's go.
what I do is after I get all the pickles in here, then I put some of this along the sides. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get these jars set up with the pickles and the the garlic and the mustard seed and the black peppercorns. And then I'll bring you back and we're going to be putting the brine in as well as the dill. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, so I got all those pickles in the jars except for one. So we're going to have that one for dinner. But I went ahead and I put the brine in some of them, in 3 of them, and we're going to do the others together. And you can see the dill that I put in each one of these. Depending on how much do you guys like dill, we like dill, so I did like 3 sprigs, of this in each one. But if you don't like dill, just keep it a little less. You can put dill seeds in this too, and that's real good. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some more of this brine in. And same with this one. This one looks like it. If it was this one, looks like it could use a little bit more. And this one. There we go. So what I do after I do that is I take a knife. And this isn't necessary, but I find that way I make sure that the brine is all the way through. And after these are sitting in the refrigerator for a while, you can open these up and make sure that they're all covered with the brine. Because when they start to ferment in this, they will kind of shift a little. You just want to make sure that the brine is covering them nicely. And the reason I had done this, the night before is so that everything is cold. Because when you put this all together cold, it makes your pickles crisper. So that's the reason I do that, in case you're wondering. So that's all there is to it. And then you just take a lid, and these are used lids. I had some on hand, so I just put them on top. But before I do that, let me show you what I do. And this isn't necessary for this, but it's just a habit I do. I dab some white vinegar in a paper towel, and I just go around my jar lids. That way, if there's anything on them, it comes off. It's very important when you're processing, though, to do this step. So you make sure that your lids seal well. Anyway, I just go ahead and put the lids on. Now, if these had any, like rust marks or anything on them, I would not use them. But these are in good shape. There. And then you just take your rings. And just kind of finger tight. You don't have to do it super tight. But that's all there is to it. Look how pretty that is already.
Looks good, Miss
Now,
Carol.
these are going to be ready in about 10 days to eat. We have actually tried them before that, and they're good. But if you can wait that full 10 days, they are delicious. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to message me and ask me any questions you have about this. But I'll tell you, these are a real treat. These are like the deli type cucumbers, the dill spears that you'll get. So if you haven't been, subscribed to our channel yet, please consider to do that. Give me a like, thumbs up, comment, And again, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, Miss Glow.